Welcome to Earth2 Comic Cast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is the norm. It's your boy MoeCrosby. I'm here to give you my review for the movie Atomic Blonde. It is a movie I was definitely interested in, but not like eager to go see. But I'm glad I finally saw it, and I am also excited. I was also really surprised by it, and I was also excited seeing the movie. So I'm gonna give you my honest review for it, as I've always done with all my reviews. Very honest, no bias. So sit back, relax, and as always,
welcome to the planet.
Now, the movie Atomic Blonde is based on a Ani Press series. I think it's called an Ani Press series. Yeah, it's a graphic novel called The Coldest City. It's about a British MI6 spy, Lorraine Broughton. Yeah, Lorraine Broughton, and it's about, it's set on the backdrop of the Cold War. So this is during the Cold War, and it's actually set in Berlin during the time when the East and West at this time was separated by the wall, and so it's a very interesting backdrop to set a very interesting spy movie. Like, this is one of the better spy thrillers that have come out in the last couple of years. Like I said, we've gotten a couple spy thrillers, but this is one of the better ones, and I say better ones because it's not. And what I liked about it is it looks very good visually. It's shot very well, and the backdrop is where it's set is very almost historically accurate, because again, you have to set it in a time, you still have to take it into the comics fair, but it's set in a time where it's very grounded. And that's what I loved about this movie. It's the grounding of it. And that's just one aspect I loved about this movie. Another aspect I really loved about this movie is the story. You would be surprised, because in the trailers it's a lot of action shots, not a lot of story. You get action here, action there, and not a lot of what's going on. And it's this is one of the trailers where I feel like it worked for the movie, because again, they don't want to sell you the story for this movie, because it's something where the story, when you go see it, it's something you need to see, so it sells itself in the movie. It's not necessarily we need to sell you, we need to show you cuts of the story so you understand what's going on. We need to sell you the action more than likely. And that's another thing I liked about this movie, is the action is very sparse. It's not like over the top action. It's not like every minute action. It's more like, there's a story, and then there's some action scenes and some action set pieces, and the action is just beautiful. Like, you feel the heat, the hits. You feel, every punch, every blow, everything seems very visceral. And what I loved about the movies, in certain action scenes, it shuts off the sound, the music. So you're getting hits and noises and sound, and people getting hit, and people yelling, and people getting affected by how they're getting hit. So you're in the action, where most movies will give you a lot of music, or a lot of action music, so that there's an action scene going on. This movie sometimes will shut off the sound or shut off the music, so you get a lot of action, a lot of feeling from the action. And that's what I really liked about this movie. So I'm gonna tell you about the story. I'm gonna talk about story, visuals, and of course, the characters. I cared about Lauren Broughton. I wanted her to win. I was watching this movie okay, so where, and what's even best about this movie is told in a time jump mode, where you're introduced to this movie where it opens. It opens with what sends Lorraine to Berlin. She's sent to investigate the murder of a fellow agent, and also recover a missing list and find out who a double agent is. So we get to so we see the murder of the first agent that she's going to investigate, who she's going to investigate, and that's where it opens. And then it cuts to 10 days later, a couple weeks later, with her in a hotel, getting ready to go get debriefed. And that happens, and so now she's telling this story. She's telling us the story, and that's the best part about it, is the way it's shot is, it cuts from the actual story itself to her in the room getting debriefed. And that's what I really love. And when you need a break from the intensity of the movie, it gives you one, because there is a lot of intensity in this, and so you need a break from it. And also when you need a break from just the story, because the story does get a little into itself, and you're like, okay, I really need a break from this. And it's like subconsciously they know when the audience will need a break, so they cut back to Lorraine in the room, and a joke might jump in, and something might just let you breathe a little bit. So yeah, that's what I really liked about the way it was shot, and the visual style is very amazing. A lot of the camera work in this movie is great, and why wouldn't it be great? It's directed by David Leitch, one of the people who did John Wick. So yes, I'm excited. That was another exciting part about it. One very big misconception is you're going to go into this movie, or you're going to see the trailers and say this is female John Wick. No, it's more of a James Bond, Jason Bourne type spy thriller. It's a very good spy thriller. When I say James Bond, I'm talking about like the Daniel Craig Casino Royale Bond. Not a lot, no gadgets. Just go find out what's going on and try to kick ass and try to stay alive, but also stay on mission. Don't get distracted. It does have some Bond feels in it, with the Bond girl, or I'd say the blonde girl in this, and with Sofia Boutella. She plays a very very good naive French agent in this one, and it's kind of her character goes through a really sad story arc. She's done, and she wants to, like everyone except for James McAvoy, everyone in this movie wants to be done with this mission. James McAvoy seems to be the only one who's just lost in it, and I can't really tell you anything about his character or tell you too much about it, because I don't want to go into spoiler territory, because this is all my reviews are mostly going to be spoiler. So I'm going to tell you that the game in this spy thriller is very interesting. Like, you have to pay attention, because the twist that comes, there are two twists. There's one that comes in the middle of the movie, and there's one that comes at the end of the movie. And when you find out all the twists, you're going to be like, oh my god, this just happened. It's really good that way, and that's what the story does. The story engages you from jump, and it keeps you in it up to the end, up to the part where the twist happened. And if you're not paying attention, you can miss it, but they remind you about it in the end of the movie, and so it does well to like keep its audience engaged. Now, it's an R-rated movie, and it's an R-rated movie, so there are a lot of there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of headshots, eye shots, eye gouging. But again, like I said, visceral, in your face action. Not a lot of music during the action scene, during some of the action sequences, because they want you to hear everything. They want you to hear bones crack, people fall, people get shot, people yell ouch, and all that good stuff. So it's really good. And what I did like about the action sequences is she got ass kicked. There wasn't a point in this movie where you felt like she was winning all the fights. Even though she won some of them, some she lost, some she won, but she got her ass kicked, and it showed. This is not one of those spy movies where you get your ass beat in the beginning of it, or you get your ass beat and then you scoot to like another point in the end, and it's like, wait a minute, this person just came out of a fight. How come they don't look? She looks like it. All in all, Atomic Blonde is one of the, like I said, one of the better spy thrillers, and Charlize kills it. James McAvoy kills it. Sofia Boutella is really good in this one. I mean, this is one where she's not called to do a lot of action. I mean, we know she can do the action, but she doesn't do a lot of action. She does a lot of acting in this one, and she did really well in it. So I will give this movie a B+ if I had to grade it, or a 8 out of 10, because it was really good. It was surprisingly good. I stayed with it the whole time, and I want all of you guys on the channel to go see it. If you've been thinking about seeing Atomic Blonde and you're not sure, go see it. I mean, what else are you gonna go see this weekend? You're gonna go see, so just go see Atomic Blonde, and you will be grateful that you saw it, and you'll be grateful that I told you to see it. So till the next movie review, it's been your boy MoeCrosby. Check Earth2 out on Instagram, Facebook, and the Twitter. And we're going to be coming back this week for our podcast that's coming out on Thursday. We're going to be out, and it's going to be on Audio Mac, audiomac.com/Earth2Comicast. You can also download the app. It's free to you. And so, yeah. And on the app, you can download our episodes and carry it with you offline if you really enjoy listening to us. Thank you again for watching the review of Atomic Blonde. It's being your boy MoeCrosby. Keep watching, keep reading, and go feed your long boxes. Peace.